When I first started doing content, I soon found out what incels really were. Once I found out what incels really were, I really started to empathize with the incels. I thought that I could maybe understand how it feels to go your whole life for extremely long periods of time without ever having a woman who you desire give you an experience that you will want from a woman. I thought I could empathize with it, understand it, and I thought that I could help. Although many have tried and many have failed for some reason, I thought I would be the one to help out all the incels, especially all the black incels. But apparently, that empathy backfired on me. For a while, I really tried to be softer around the edges regarding the physical deficiencies, the personality deficiencies, the height deficiencies, the lack of character. I tried to be softer around the edges with it because I thought that it would make them more open to maybe realizing it within themselves and growing. Apparently, that isn't the case, and I'm assuming it may never will be the case. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm the kind of guy who's never had any real bad problems with women. In middle school, I had a girlfriend. All through high school, I'm talking 9th through senior year, I had a girlfriend. We didn't end on the best terms or have the most perfect relationship, but, that was a great time. Despite any ups and downs that we went through. Since I've gotten to college, I've had nothing but positive experiences with women. Outside of your regular, mishaps that, every man has. I've had nothing extraordinarily bad happen to me coming from a woman. And that's just how it is. But of course, that isn't every man's experience. And a man's experience with women is going to greatly determine how he views women. If he appreciates women, if he respects women, if he decides to take on his masculine role and protect women, if he even likes to talk to women, if he's even still attracted to women. So I've come to realize that some of my content, really a lot of my content, most of my content, is not suitable for those kind of guys who have nothing but animosity towards women. So much animosity that they resort to other methods of sexual gratification. We'll just put it that way. I was raised on one hand by a very loving mother, a very loving grandmother. I grew up around a family of mostly women who men would consider very attractive. Those women never had major problems with men. I never had to see my mom or any other women in my family rotating men, getting yelled at by men, yelling at other men, having all these fights and issues with other men. For the most part, they have pretty smooth relationships with men. Long term, decent relationships, at least from the outside looking in. Even when they split up with their men, on the outside looking in, we never saw anything on bad terms. I was raised by a father who was very good with women. He has a spirit about him that just makes people in general feel good, but especially women. My father, despite my parents divorcing when I was 5, I've only heard him say good things about my moms. He's always told me the positive sides of women. He's definitely taught me the negatives, but he always made sure I was aware of the positives. He always told me as a man, you provide and protect for women. You provide and protect for children. All of this is amplified times 100 for black women and children, because those are your women and those are your children in your community. So I didn't grow up without a father. I didn't grow up with a father who didn't like women. I didn't grow up with a father who didn't like my mom. So I don't have any of these thoughts that were implanted in me when I was young, that women are the scum of the earth, that men don't have to take responsibility, that is not in a man's hands to control the tempo and the tone of his relationship with a woman. I was taught that as a man, you lead the interaction. If she likes you, she'll follow suit happily. You won't have to force her to do anything. If she doesn't like you, she'll fall back. As long as you're respectful and you cool, nothing should go too wrong. Too wrong, keyword. So I'm going to just say it up front. I've learned that men are envious and intimidated by other guys' looks and their experiences with women. I'm just being honest at this point. I've learned that over time, especially being a content creator in this corner of YouTube. A lot of guys look at you. They look at me. And they assume a lot of things, and a lot of those things may be accurate, may not be. But one of the things that they can assume when the way I speak, from the way I talk about women, which is generally very positive, from the way I look, from the people you have in the comment sections, from the things I talk about, they can assume that my experiences with women have been generally positive. And a lot of them don't like that because their experiences have been generally bad. And I understand that, but I can no longer feel bad about it. You see, all of us are born different, born in different circumstances, born with different genetics. I was blessed. I was blessed. I'm 5'11". I stay in the gym. I'm very athletic, 210 pounds solid. My parents passed me down some very great genetics. I'm a very handsome man. Not only do I believe it, not only do I see it when I'm in the mirror, but that's what women have told me throughout my life. So I don't have the experiences of women calling me ugly or calling me too short or saying I'm too fat or I'm too skinny or I'm too soft. I'm too weak. I've never been called gay by a woman. I've never been told by a woman I'm not tough enough. I've never been told by a woman I just don't have the right attitude. I've never been told these things, and I never will, because that's just who I am. You can call me whatever. You can call me a Pookie and Ray Ray. You can call me a Tyrone. You can call me Select. Whatever you want to call me, I'm just that guy who will probably never have the same experiences that a lot of other guys will. And it's a lot of guys like me. I'm not saying I'm some special snowflake. It's a lot of guys out there like me. But whenever I talk positively about women on my channel, or I say something that defends women on my channel, or I say that men should be men, and I say things that talk about how we should protect women or provide for women, it's always guys in the comments, at least a few, caping, you're simping. Black women have done nothing for black men. As a black man, I don't owe any black woman my protection and my resources, blah, 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 blah. And I can't let it rock no more. I'm not upset about it. I'm just exhausted by it. It's exhausting to read. I can only feel bad for somebody for so long before I just get sick of it. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying today, man. Declaring my channel no longer friendly to the incels. No longer friendly to the guys who feel like they don't owe women protection, who feel like they don't owe women resources as a man. When you provide and protect, two pillars of masculinity, the men who don't feel like they need to lead, who feel like they shouldn't know how to lead, the ones who feel like the women should be hunting for them and they should be sitting in the trees waiting for a woman to come to them. Those who embrace the feminine role, those guys are no longer friendly on my channel.